Hello, I'm Tracy Bragg, and this is a breaking news alert on KHOU 11+. Right now, we are learning new information on a massive fire at a decommissioned power plant in the Bacliff area. We first told you about this fire during our morning newscast. Michelle Troy is live at the scene now. And Michelle, what are you learning out there?
Hey there, Tracy, and good morning. Well, right now we're at Bayside Park here in Bacliff. We were driving around trying to find a good vantage point to get a closer look at this fire. We're not too far from Highway 146, but take a look behind me. You already see it, right? That big black plume of smoke. In front of us is the decommissioned PH Robinson power plant, where this massive fire has been burning for the last several hours now. As I said, the smoke so big that you can actually see it from several miles away, including off of 45 when we were driving out here. A lot of that smoke was white earlier, but a fire has seemed to sort of reignite it in the last 30 minutes or so. We watched it flare back up. We could again see some bright red flames shooting through parts of the structure and that thick black plume of smoke rising again. But right now, those red flames are starting to slow down, pulling back as crews keep working these hot spots. Now, Texas City Fire is leading the investigation. They tell us that a total of 5 structures are on this property. 3 cooling towers already destroyed, and they expect structures 4 and 5 will eventually go as well. They are not trying to save them. They are just controlling the burn. Good news is no injuries, and investigators, however, still don't know what sparked the fire. Of course, that's the big question, right? They are also pulling water from nearby canals. Because, of the dry conditions, the big concern is, of course, that all of this grass and brushes, which have overtaken this abandoned property, could catch fire and it could spread to nearby neighborhoods. John, if you could pan over to the left, you can see that there are several homes surrounding this decommissioned power plant. So neighbors obviously very concerned about that, but I am told crews are stationed throughout this area. They are ready to go if any of those flames happen to catch any of the dry grass that is out here. But let me tell you, we are not alone out here, okay? In the last few hours we've been here, we've already seen tons of residents coming out here concerned to this park. Take a look right now. Look at all these cars. As I said, we're not alone. They want to take a look. They want to see what's going on out here. A lot of them actually woke up to this morning. Quite alarming, of course, to see this outside their homes. And the biggest concern, of course, is, again, the dry conditions. And they also want to know what started the fire. Now, one of the people who's been out here who wanted to come take a closer look is actually a woman who says that she called this fire in around 2:30 this morning. This is Tanya Duncan that we're walking towards here. Hey, Tanya, good to see you again. I know you and I talked briefly, but you made the call around 2:30 to 911 after you saw those orange flames just shooting up into the night sky, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You were coming home from work, you said. Tell me what it is that you saw in front of you.
I seen a big flame. It looked like a field fire at the time. It was all flames at the moment. So when I called 911, I dispatched the call in, and they said they would send somebody.
How high were those flames? You said it was massive.
Yeah, they were every bit of 12 feet high, if not higher.
And this is from your car, from a distance on 146, right?
146 and between Grand and 646.
And when you called dispatch, what did they say?
That I was the first caller. They didn't have nobody calling in yet.
Which was shocking to you. Why?
Because the flames were so high.
Now, I've covered a lot of fires over the years, but even for myself, when I saw just how the video of these flames, I mean, it was insane. This was just bright red orange is all I saw throughout this structure. Is that what you saw as well?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your biggest concern?
My family living too close.
Yeah, because your parents live right behind this power plant, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And even from their vantage point, you said that they snapped a photo and you could see that orange glow from
You could see it from their porch, the glow, all night. We watched it.
And what's the biggest concern for everybody living out here right now?
Basically the spreading in the air product.
And you said this is the talk of the town at this time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's everybody saying?
They cannot believe the fire is that big.
And now this is a power plant that has a lot of history in this community. I know it's been around since, possibly the 1940s or so. So
Sure.
everybody has seen this decommissioned power plant for many, many years, right? Is it pretty shocking to realize that it is on fire like this?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
What's your biggest hope right now?
For them to just get it out and everybody be safe.
Okay, well, we appreciate you talking to us, Tanya.
problem.
Thank
Have
you
a good
so
day.
much. You stay safe, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You too.
But yeah, you heard Tanya there. Again, more cars just pulling up. Take a look. You know, these are all residents who live nearby who are concerned, and rightfully so. They've got their homes and their structures and their property that they want to protect. But again, the good news is fire officials say they do have this fire under control. This is a abandoned power plant, so there were no injuries reported on site, and it appears that firefighters are fighting these flames from a ladder truck. We've seen for the last hour or so that water spraying down onto these structures. Again, 5 structures in total is what we're hearing from fire officials. 3 of those cooling towers already destroyed. The other 2, the likelihood is probably the same. It will not be here any longer. But until they can really get into it, they probably will not be able to tell us what caused the fire. But some of the neighbors I talked to say there is chatter online, you know, about what likely could have started it. I'm not going to share those yet because we obviously don't want to speculate. But the other big concern is that the air quality, right? Fire officials tell us there's no hazardous materials or air quality conditions right now. However, they are, of course, urging people to not go into the smoke or breathe it in if necessary, you know, kind of stay away from it, stay home if possible. And for neighborhoods that are dealing with the heavy plume of smoke kind of billowing over their homes, folks tell me that some of them are seeing those ashes and embers falling onto their properties. We haven't had a chance personally to go over there just yet. That is what we're planning on doing here in the next hour or so we can bring you those updates. But yeah, folks are saying that they're seeing all these ashes and embers, and so they're concerned, and rightfully so, as I said. But we're going to continue to stay out here. We're going to try and get some more updates from fire officials. We'll be bringing you updates throughout the day, both on air and online. But for now, Trayson, we're going to send it back to you.
Michelle, you know, looking at what's behind you right now, that huge plume of black smoke that you were just perfectly describing there, I mean, it looks like it's literally sitting on top of that neighborhood behind you, almost like a blanket. So I'm sure there's a lot of concern for folks who live in that area, but I have to ask you, you know, this was obviously such a major fire. During our morning newscast, you know, we had video of just how huge this fire is. For anyone who hasn't seen that, you can go to you can stay on KHOU 11 Plus app and you can find that video of the fire. I mean, just huge flames. But Michelle, I have to ask you, you know, for such a big fire, have you seen multiple agencies out there? Who's all responding? What are you hearing about that?
Yeah, everybody around this area came out here this morning. Obviously, I said Texas City Fire is leading this investigation. However, from my understanding, everyone from all the surrounding volunteer fire departments, the major fire departments, everybody responded, and they are still working hand in hand. Galveston County Sheriff is out here as well. I've seen multiple law enforcement agencies taking part in this because they know, again, it's those dry conditions. That's the big concern, right? Is they want to make sure all this shrubbery and the grass doesn't catch fire from these embers that are flying around from this decommissioned power plant fire. So they're staying on top of it. They know what needs to be done, so they want to keep folks safe, and that's really the big message is that they are doing what they can and making sure that this fire is controlled. In the meantime, they are looking around in the nearby surrounding areas and making sure people are safe as well. And of course, neighborhoods like this, as Trayson, you mentioned, where there is this black plume of smoke blanketing their homes, very alarming to see, very concerning. But again, officials are asking folks to not go out into it if possible. But we'll continue to stay out here and try and get you more updates. I know a lot of folks have a lot of questions, so we are working through that, and we're trying to get updates throughout the day as well. But for now, we're going to send it back to you.
And of course, it's so important to listen to, officials who are working this fire. So if you're out there, if you're seeing this broadcast right now, please listen to what officials are saying to help keep yourself and your family safe, as well as allow them to do their job. And we know they're going to stay on top of it, as you mentioned this morning, Michelle. And of course, we know you'll stay on top of this. Thank you so much for your report, Michelle. And, if you're interested in what's going on right now, we're going to continue to have updates on this fire throughout the day. We'll have some on our later newscast, as well as right here on KHOU 11+, so you can continue to get updates throughout the day. For now, we'll send you off, but we will say thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned for updates.